Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are going to take a look today at retail site selection. So, if you own a business or you're thinking about owning a business, or maybe you're about to move your business, these are some basic principles that go into site selection. Specifically, we're going to talk about retail and what that entails. Now, there's a whole rabbit hole of site selection we can go down here. So, we're going to keep it simple just for kind of the beginner or the person just looking to get some basic information to understand kind of the principles that we use in the industry to get you into the best brick and mortar location. So we're going to be using Google Earth, which is free to everybody, and we're going to be using LoopNet, which is free to everybody. Beyond that, if we get into any more kind of or any like deeper data that's a little bit more advanced than kind of the normal person's going to have access to. So we're going to, for this one, just keep it pretty simple, keep it free. Resources or free tools and go from there. So let me get my screen up and we'll rock and roll. So this is Google Earth, obviously. This is about the best tool that you can use really in real estate, in my opinion. The MLS, Google Maps is cool and everything, but Google Earth allows you to get down there. You can see rooftops a lot better. So that's just my opinion. The basic idea that we're going to be doing is we're going to try to balance the analytics or the analytical properties of a location or a property, meaning the population densities, the market, the demographics of the people who live there, who use that center. As you start to look at these things, you'll realize that retail centers have different anchoring tenants for kind of different plans and different attractions to various types of retail shoppers and things like that. So you really have to put some thought into like what your business is going to be, who your target audience is, and then kind of what anchor tenant of a retail center you want to work for or work with. Now, an anchor, we're going to go up here and I'm going to give you an example. So this is Columbus, Ohio. This is basically Sawmill and Bethel area. Well, that's actually Granville. Hold on. Where am I up here? Here we go. Sawmill and Bethel. So Walmart is going to be your anchor tenant in this plaza, in this retail plaza here. Giant Eagle is going to be your anchor tenant over here in this retail plaza, right? Walmart is still going to kind of be your anchor, I would say, even for these kind of centers over here and everything like that. But that's what we look for. So you need to consider if you're going to be a sort of a drive to business, meaning are you sort of a niche service business, like a custom bike shop or like a really renowned lawyer or a gym that's got a kind of a cult following. Like if you aren't relying on people driving past you or foot traffic or traffic counts to get business, you don't have to be as concerned with this kind of thing. But if you're, say, an urgent care or you're like a beauty store, or you're any of these like kind of discount tires and things out here, you're really relying on people driving past this all day, every day, or coming to the Walmart as like the destination to see that you're there, be in front of them constantly, and then be there when they do need it and be there conveniently for when they're shopping at Walmart and they're right there, So that's kind of the basic principles that we look at for site selection. So let's kind of pick something here on the market. Let's look at something. We'll just imagine that we're shopping and we're going to break it down and see if it would be worth going after, essentially. So we're going to go to LoopNet. So this is LoopNet. I was looking at this one earlier. This is over in Bexley. Actually, we can look at this. So say you're looking at Bexley. We'll just use this as an example. We're looking in Bexley or over in this area. You're looking for retail. So I went for lease and I rent for retail space because that's what we're looking for. This was really the only one that came up within the city of Bexley, right? There's some other that are kind of around the corners, adjacent to it, whatever. But this is really it for the city of Bexley. So it's this one here. So you look at the pictures, maybe the area. We're talking $21 a square foot per year, triple net. So what that means is, if you don't know, is this space is 981 square feet. So you would take 981 square feet, you're going to multiply that by $21 a square foot a year. That's going to be your annual rent. So we can do that right now. See, 981 times $21 a foot a year is $20,601 per year. You divide that by 12, you got $1,716 a month in just base rent. The way these retail leases and most commercial leases work is then beyond that, you're going to be responsible for your pro rata share, meaning based on the 981 square feet, you're going to be charged a share of the taxes, insurance, and like common area maintenance fees on the building. And so that they don't tell us what that is here, but that's usually going to be probably another $4 or $5 a foot. So you're probably going to be into this for about $2,000, $2,500 a month if you were renting this out. So if we pop this up in Google Earth, we go over here. So what do we see? Well, we see a lot of residential. Say, I know Bexley, so I'm acting like I don't. Like if I had no idea what this market was and I was looking for something around here, this is what I'm looking for, okay? So we see there's lots of houses here, okay? There's lots of rooftops, high population density. You can see that these have some, pretty large roofs, large lawns. We got a pool in here. There's multiple roofs for garages and things. So fairly affluent looking area. We got a college here, Capital University is right here. So they've got their all students and everything back in here. It looks like we're on a main drag going out of downtown. So we're on the right, headed out of downtown Columbus here. We've got really mostly residential. There's no major, other than Main Street, there's no major like highways bisecting the market other than like this down here. But we're really left with kind of this entire highway market here as our primary marketplace. So that's good, right? Or it is, in my opinion, rather. I don't know. You can think whatever the hell you want about it. If we drop down the street view here, and actually, I've been to the Jimmy John's in this plaza before, so I know this plaza. It's pretty good. Or it's I know it pretty well, rather. Holy shit, what the hell just happened? Hold on. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. Sorry, we're having usability issues because I'm apparently an idiot. Okay, trying it again. There we go. Okay. So this is kind of Main Street in Bexley. If you've never been here before, it's 2-lane road. It's like pretty slow traffic, but this is a main center. So there's a Jimmy John's down here. There's a Verizon, Great Clips. So it's I would say it's a pretty hopping center. But I will say, depending on what business you are going to put in here and what your clientele is, the major issue I have with this center is that the parking blows. It also getting in and out of here is kind of a nightmare. Like if you're coming this way on, like out of the screen, if you're going like with this on your right, you pull a right in here, you park here, it's no big deal. But if then you're trying to get out of this parking lot and make a left, as you can see, there's no light here, and it's kind of a nightmare. I've done it before. If it's at traffic, your pretty much only option is to make a right here, a right around this corner, go down the street and like back and like loop around the block, basically, when there's a lot of traffic. So depending on what your desirability or needs are from an in and out ease of use, that's one thing that I have that's an issue with this site. Beyond that, though, that's really my only major issue. And again, it really depends on like what business you're putting in there. Like we mostly work with urgent cares. I would never recommend an urgent care go in here. One, there's not enough parking, so there's not enough people to like pull in and wait and everything like that. And then two, the in and out of here would be a friggin' nightmare. So that's never where I would put an urgent care. But if you're, a little law office or a little retail boutique, or maybe like in a by appointment only business, then we're talking. The location is good because it's in and around very kind of wealthy residential market and everything like that. So there's lots of disposable income. So that's kind of what I like about the area. So that is kind of a very broad overview of how we would look at retail site selection. We are looking for markets that possess data or analytical attributes that are favorable for our business. Okay. And then from that, once we locate a market or a location, or maybe a hole compared to your competitors. So maybe you have all your competitors plotted out on here, and you see, I've got a hole over here where there's not a competitor market. I can jump in there. So we have a target. So once you get your market targeted of where you want to go or where you're considering, and it can be as little or as big as you want. It's just obviously the larger you go at first, the more options you'll have. So it's a little more work up front, but you tend to not have to like go back and redo it. So once you have all these properties, here, I'll give you an example. If we go back to LoopNet, like if you're searching for properties, right? So I put in Columbus, Ohio, I did retail, and that's all I did. So if we did, let's say 2,200 square feet to 4,000 is the max I want. It brings me back down to these. Then there's some more filters we can do. All this shit basically that you can look at. This gives us our basic idea. So say I wanted to be up here in Lewis Center, right? That was my market. That's where I wanted to be. We're up around Polaris. We like it up here. So we've got two options, right? So we've identified this market. It meets our analytical needs. And now we're looking at the two options. So we are going to take a look at 8453 Sencus Boulevard, baby, whatever the hell that is. Okay, so we've got located directly in front of Chase Bank headquarters. Okay, first floor, 2,400 square feet, 5 to 10 years upon request. They don't give us a. We've got Average Joe's, Palm Beach Tan Salon, Sunny Street. Okay, what the hell? What site is this going into? What did this used to be, I wonder? So as you can see, this is kind of like a secondary center, I'd call it. It's got a couple bars, a couple restaurants, like a salon, maybe a restaurant or an office out here or something. Let's pull it up on Google Earth and see what's happening, shall we? Okay. Sunny Street Cafe. Maybe it's this. Unless the Italian restaurant uses this also. I'm not sure which spot has a specific vacancy. Dry cleaning, bakery, Palm Beach Tan. So this gives you an idea of like who's going to come here. If you look around here, oh wow, what is this? Is this a car wash or something? I'm not sure what that one is. You can come out here, you can kind of drive around, get an idea where we are. So we're very much like out in the burbs. Like this is really probably the only center for a little while here. Oh, there's some new development shit back here. So it looks like it's growing. So decent, right? The only thing I have an issue here is that there's no main anchor tenant, right? So there's no Kroger, there's no Giant Eagle, there's no whatever. It's just kind of the secondary thing. So you would have to take that into account depending on where, again, your business and what you want to do. For usually what I do, this is not desirable, but it might work for you. Next option up here near Polaris is Polaris Parkway. Payway Asian Diner Roll Suite 2054. Whoops, hold on. 2054 Polaris Parkway. Let's go around the side here, see what the hell we're dealing with. Pretty sure this is new building, actually. I think this building's very new, from what I remember. Oh, what the hell? Is this 2054? I don't see any numbers on it anywhere. I'm guessing it is this because this used to be a restaurant that's since gone out of business. It used to be Sweet Carrot. So what do I like about this? We got a Starbucks in the center. That's an anchor. And then we got this Chop Five for lunch. I think it's like a salad place. But then this being a end cap is really desirable. So you get signage on this side and you get signage on this side. So that's the main thing about this center that I would consider, is that the suite itself, or the physical attributes of the suite in the center itself, are desirable to me because it has an end cap available. Looking around, this is clearly a pretty large retail corridor. If anybody knows anything about Polaris, you know there's been bananas development out there. So we got Tim Hortons, we got this whole new development across the street, a Raising Cane's. Cane's has been putting in a lot of stuff in Columbus. So is Sheets. They're making a huge move into the market. So we know it's a nice center. It seems new. It's well maintained. So from that perspective, I would consider it desirable. Also, given the placement in relation to like other hold on, Payway is in this picture. Payway wasn't in Google Earth. So maybe it's the Changes Salon Spa. Maybe that's what the, although Payway was there a long time. I can't remember if Payway was there for, it doesn't matter. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Regardless, if it's this corner, if it's this, I like it a lot. If it's back here, I'm not a fan because you can't see it from the road. That's probably why they went out of business, honestly. So if it's this end cap, I'm into it, like it a lot. The back one, not so enticed. So this is kind of rambling. I realize I'm a lot better if you, or we're able to be a lot more specific if there's a specific thing we're looking for, right? I'm kind of talking general things that we look at and why we like or we don't like a specific site. Just pick this Westerville one. I'll do another one for you. Space available. See, this list agent knows what the hell they're doing. So this one's available. It's 2 suites side by side. Unit 782, 784, 3,200 square feet a piece. They're asking 2,250 a square foot. That's not bad. Triple net. T-Mobile, chiropractor, United Methodist. There's a savings bank. So again, depending on what your business is and what 72 South State Street, Westerville. Oh my God. So depending on what your business is, you'll have different demands for not only the market that you're looking at, but you'll have different demands for population density, for traffic counts, for demographics you're looking at. And once you locate that market, that helps you kind of filter out a lot of bullshit, right? And then once you know your market, then you can go look at specific sites and determine if that specific site and that plaza has desirable physical attributes. So that's what we're doing here. And I feel like I've said physical attributes 18 fucking times, but here we are anyways. So let's get down to the street view. Let's take another look. Rapid Fired Pizza, T-Mobile Chiropractic. Let's see. Let's go back to this thing. Unit 780. So T-Mobile and whatchamacallit must be staying. So it's the space right next to the bank. So it's whatever this rapid fire thing is. Is that a pizza place? Yeah, it must have been that fast casual pizza thing. Huh. Anyway. So again, retail center corridor or retail kind of corridor. There's just a lot of these little sort of like strip center things in here. There's no real large grocery store. Oh, there's a gas station right there. Hold on. Let's see what the hell we're dealing with here. I may have misspoke. What we got? Exit ground level. What the fuck? Jesus, sorry. Okay, so we got a BP next door. What am I dealing with? There's a Kohl's over here. Discount outlet. Kroger's over here. Okay, so your real retail center point and your anchors is Kroger over here. King Arthur Court, Firestone, McDonald's is over here. I don't hate it. It's a little further away than I'd like to be from this center for what I usually work on. But again, if you're more of a destination business or something like that, you might be okay. That Walmart's over here, Kroger's over here. Yeah, it's clearly a solid market because you got Walmart and Kroger. So there's clearly plenty of traffic count. There's plenty of roofs over here to pull market from. Your marketplace or your kind of like reach of your customers is probably not going to go too far south 270. It's honestly probably not even going to go. It's probably going to be like this kind of thing over here. You're probably going to cut off by that road and you're going to end up with markets in here. But then, you know, with all those anchors and everything like that, you should be in pretty good shape in that area. So that's kind of, I'm going to stop rambling. That's kind of my general, very broad overarching retail site selection process and what we look for. And the next one, I'm going to get into kind of how we do it for the pros and what we do when we do put data and everything behind it and take a really detailed look. This is a kind of just a general overview of what we do conceptually look at. But we go pretty deep on it. So we'll get into that next time. Hope you guys like this. Let me know if you didn't or not. I don't really care. I'm going to do it anyway. See y'all later. Let me know if there's a deal or something you want me to look at. I'm rambling. Cheers.